lineage of kings from the branch of the stem. A star hanging over the small Bethlehem. The Magi bring treasures of incense and gold to the child that the prophets of old had foretold. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Emmanuel, God with us, the story begins. He stood on the mountain and taught of the heart, where the spirit of mercy and purity start. Blessed are those who are humble and poor, for they shall find entry at heaven's own door. He healed all the lepers and opened the eyes of the blind who were longing to see the blue skies. He walked on the water and stilled every wave with a word and a power that's mighty to save. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Emmanuel, God with us, the story begins. The parable spoke of the seed and the soil, of the lamps of the virgins and holy lamp oil. He warned of the broad way that leads to the fire, and called us to seek out a kingdom much higher. In the garden of shadows, he knelt on the ground, while the guards and the soldiers were gathering round. Betrayed for the silver and led to the tree, to pay for the debt of the bound and the free. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Emmanuel, God with us, the story begins. The veil of the temple was torn into two, as the old was replaced by the light of the new. It is finished, he cried as he bowed down his head, and rested 3 days in the house of the dead. But the stone was rolled back by the angel of light, as the morning star rose in the middle of night. He walked with his own, and he showed them the scars under the light of the sun and the stars. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Emmanuel, God with us, the story begins. All power is given to me in the height. Go carry the gospel and carry the light, baptizing the nations in the name of the three, until you are standing in glory with me. He promised to stay till the end of the age, as the final words fall on the Matthew-lit page. The King of the Jews and the Savior of all is waiting for everyone hearing the call. The King is alive and the victory's won, through the blood and the life of the Spirit and Son. The promise of ages is finally here, to cast out the shadow and cast out the fear. And she shall bring forth the Son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Emmanuel.